Hi, it's Martin. Welcome to another Knit 365 video as part of my Advent Vlogmas series. Here you are following me in my mystery adventures with this year's Toft crochet-a-long. If you've just stumbled upon this video series and you want to see how we got here, hop back and check episode 1 and 2 of Advent. But for those of you here for week 3, it's time for me and her to get cracking. Today we are going to finish the jacket. It looks a lot of crochet. It's about 6 o'clock, but should get it all finished tonight. So here we go, Monday the 14th of December. Hope you enjoy this week's video. Okay, so doll is upside down again, bless her. I've done the first few rounds, so I've taken the jacket and we've joined it in the middle. And then I've crocheted 5 rounds in crystal as it upside down. And I'm now about to add 1 round of silver, and then we've got a nice little technique to join the rest of the jacket to the dress, including a double treble, which is definitely new in Toft world, and I think will give us a lovely little technique. So yeah, a double treble, that's going to be interesting. That's double yarn over to begin, and then I think it gives us 4 stitches. I'll show you in a minute. Hi, so Advent day 15, and I finished, I'm up to date. Very quickly wanted to show you the end of day 14 though. It was too dark last night to film properly, but I have finished this lovely high-necked collar, which, let me just fold down. I haven't done the end of the pattern that tells me to sew in the ends. So excuse the mess, she looks a bit like a rag doll. But here is the collar completed, and you can see that it just sits lovely around the neck, finished off in the crystal. So I finished that, really didn't enjoy it. Took me 2 hours maybe to make a small little collar. It's just very fiddly, nothing to do with the pattern, all to do with my attention span, because I did one bit, did it wrong, wasn't paying attention, needed to do it again. Very fiddly though, but it's done. So we've picked up stitches. I'll show you this close up when I've sewn all the ends in, but we picked up stitches here. So we've got this lovely little V that then comes up and around the collar. So that was the end of last night's. And then today's clue, day 15, we have created these lovely icicles up the dress. So that's done. They are created by chaining a number of stitches, and then you increase as you come down. So we have slip stitches, followed by double crochets, followed by half trebles, trebles, double trebles and triple trebles. So the triple treble where you go around the hook 3 times before you dive in. I think all of those are 1 less for anyone who's watching America. So we start with single crochets, half doubles, doubles, you get the gist. But there we go. I'm not sure what happened, and I'm absolutely not undoing it because I'm happy with the way it looks. But the pattern tells me I need 10 of these icicles, and I've only got 9. They're relatively evenly spaced throughout. I believe I've done that correctly. Like in the front, again, you can't really see it because of the ends, but we've got this little V that comes down here, on the jacket, and the icicles are 2 stitches away from the V. So I'm starting in the right place and finishing in the right place, but I only seem to have 9. But do you know what? It looks fine. I love the little detailing. I still think I've overstuffed her slightly, because even though I finished the jacket, it's still rising up. If I give it a tug and I pull it down, it does sit on the dress line, but I think she's just a little bit overstuffed again. I might try and pull some more stuffing out. See last week's video for details. But yeah, I'm up to date. The last 2 days I found a struggle crocheting small detailing on the doll when she's created. I understand why you have to build the pattern, but obviously they would have been so much easier before she was stuffed, but that wasn't how the pattern was made. And yeah, I'm not losing interest, but it's getting fiddly, and I got big hands, and it's a little needle, and it's small stitches, and work has been really busy. It's my last week in work before I have the week off before Christmas, so last day is Friday. But there we go. It's a slightly longer daily update than some of the others have been, because it's kind of 2 days in one, showing you off the finished top and the decoration on the skirt. But I promise you, when you see her tomorrow, with whatever tomorrow brings, I will have sewn my ends in. I will. I'll sew my ends in before I start the next bit of the clip. Just dropped my headphone. I think it's a good time to leave it there. Day 16 is finished. And yes, the eagle-eyed amongst you, I did say the next time you saw this, I'd have the ends sewn in. But I didn't get home from work until late. I wanted to get on with today's clue because I still haven't finished the Christmas mega blanket. We're getting there. But I wanted to get cracking on this. So there we go. Today, day 16, we've basically continued the icicle shape that we did yesterday in crystal. And that now continues in the steel around the bottom of the skirt. So there are, it needs tidying up when I sew the ends in. It's a bit lumpy bumpy. But there are basically 3 icicles now on each of the icicles. So you can see they meet on the point, one in the middle, and it repeats all the way around the skirt. So I'm really pleased with that I'm done and I'm up to date. I'm still in the same space or similar space as I was yesterday. It's small stitches, it's very fiddly, and it's not as quick as last year. Last year very much was 10-15 minutes per animal, which, okay, that was 2 animals, that was half an hour, but those grey icicles today took me an hour and a half. The white ones yesterday took me nearly 2 hours. They were even fiddlier, trying to do these little points at the top. So we're still up to date. We're on track. That's the most important thing. And I'm learning different things. I'm learning new things. And it's absolutely not a standard Toft creation. So yeah, there we go. I will sew my ends in to show you properly tomorrow. And I will try and film a little bit of footage when I get home from work so that you can see what she looks like without all these ragdoll loose ends. So day 17, I've got my Christmas jumper on. Wore it to work today, tried to feel a bit festive. But there we go. Today's clue is done. I still haven't got my tripod out, so you're just going to have me manhandling it. But we've created this lovely little shape, which I'm assuming is going to be a cape. I did have a thought, and I don't know if it's going to go with this, but you'll possibly remember in the unboxing video, there's that paper bag. I still haven't opened that yet, so we've still got that to come. But this is curling, so I don't know whether that paper bag has something to do with this. Intriguing. But there we go. So this is today's clue. It's finished, and I have to leave the yarn loop to start again tomorrow. So yeah, and I did say, and I haven't broken the rule, because I did say the next time you see the doll, the ends will be sewn in. Spoiler, they're not sewn in yet, which is why you're not seeing the doll. But that's done. And yeah, there we go. So that's today's clue. That is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. And it's my last day in work before Christmas. So I'm hoping I can still finish early enough tomorrow and get tomorrow's clue done. But for now, I'll leave you with this. My Christmas jumper. Hey, look at that! Glittery sequins. Ho, ho, ho. So it's Saturday, and I was thinking about how I could make this week's video a little bit more interesting rather than just me talking, because when I've got home from work every night this week, it has been quite late. It's not been great light to actually crochet my my day's activity. But as you've just seen, I've got a flat tire. So it's Saturday lunchtime. I needed to buy a ball of wool for the mega blanket that I'm making as a Christmas gift. I've run out. It's meant to be a kit. I don't know how I've run out. My tension's not too loose. If anything, my tension's too tight. So I don't know what's going on there. But I made an emergency trip up to Ammonite Yarns so that I could buy a ball of wool so I can finish it this weekend. Luckily, they had one in stock, so I didn't have the drama of ordering it mail order and then it not arriving. I wouldn't be able to finish the blanket for Christmas, etc. Driving home, tyre blowout on the motorway. I'm completely fine. The tyre deflated really slowly. I'm at the service station. I've rung the AA because I've got a newish car and they don't obviously carry spare tyres, which is really annoying. So I've got to wait for the AA to pick me up and take me to a quick fit so I can then hopefully get quick fit to change the tyre today. So yeah. So I'm currently sitting at the motorway service station. Luckily, I have my crochet because I was going to go into town where Mark had been Christmas shopping, pick him up and take him to his hair appointment. So I have my crochet so that I could do some crochet while he was having his haircut. So luckily, thinking ahead, I can finish yesterday's clue because I didn't finish there's these little jewels that have got to go on the cape. So I can finish the little jewels and I can do today's clue, most of today's clue. There's a bit of sewing I need to do and I didn't bring my needle. I didn't think I'd be out of the house that long, if I'm honest. So there we go. So I'll film a bit of footage now of me, yeah, working on today's clue. Handily though, I sent the family WhatsApp group a message. I'm stranded. My brother and sister-in-law were in the queue for Starbucks drive-thru, so they've just bought me an emergency toffee nut latte. They can't get me to the garage, but they can bring me coffee. So thank you, Matthew and Katie. Really appreciate it. There we go. So some adventures and excitement to end this week's vlog. Right, well, isn't it always the way, best laid plans and all that? They said it was going to be 3 hours, and the man has just rung and said he's going to be 10 minutes. So all told, I've probably waited 45, which, don't get me wrong, is amazing service from the AA, and I'd rather not be sitting on the side of the motorway in the service station. But I didn't finish yesterday's clue, although I have nearly finished yesterday's clue, as you've just seen with the little mini gems. But I kind of thought I would catch up. Hey ho, I will catch up later today. I've got to make another 2 gems and then that's yesterday's clue finished. And then I've got to edge around the cape. You'll see it all by the time this video ends. But yeah, I'm not disappointed that the man is on his way. Of course I'm not. But I am a little bit disappointed because I was quite enjoying sitting in the car, listening to some podcasts, doing my crochet in peace. Here we go. Oh, what an adventure I'm having on this Saturday. All because I ran out of wool. Because if I hadn't run out of wool, I wouldn't have needed to go to the wool shop. Maybe? Oh, I don't know. There we go. Right. Let's see what's coming next. So, good morning. Yeah, that was a bit of car drama, wasn't it? So it is now Sunday the 20th of December. It's the last day for this video. And you've seen the car drama. I said that I was okay with being picked up, but obviously I'd lost a bit of crochet time. Well, by the time I got the tyre sorted, picked Marker, we needed to go and get a little bit of food shopping. I then got home and it was dark again. So similar reasons why there's not a lot of crochet footage from yesterday, because it's just too dark to show you what I've been up to. But today, it's Sunday, it's about 9 o'clock. I've got a cup of coffee. I love this. Mark's mum bought me this for Christmas last year. It's a little stocking filler. Knit one, purl one. Look at that cool little festive sheep. Festive sheep? He's festive in my eyes because it was a Christmas gift. But I'm going to spend Sunday morning catching up. Mark is asleep, although I think he's stirring. But we're having a really lazy day. Overnight, breaking news in Wales and most of the UK, we're all in lockdown again. We knew that lockdown was coming in Wales from Christmas Eve, but fast increasing virus rates. Yeah, we're locked down from now effectively, so I got nowhere to go. Fortunately, did most of my Christmas shopping. A couple of things arriving by post tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm going to spend the rest of the day catching up, finishing off her ladyship, and yeah, I'll make sure there's some crochet footage to share with you today, instead of just me babbling on at you. But let's start with a quick update on the cape. So you will have seen this a few days ago. The rest of yesterday's clue was to add this edge in the crystal, which is what I've done. So that's just a couple of rounds of double crochet. I've got a little thread here so that I can sew it onto the doll later. And you saw me in the car yesterday making these little jewels. So I made the 3 dark ones, and then the AA man turned up. That was the sum total of my car crochet. So I've done the 3 jewels, and then I've made 2 light grey ones. And now, which is why I've grabbed my tripod so I can show you this properly, you can obviously see the back where I've sewn in the jewels. But what we're now doing is we're making a flap that's going to come down and is going to hide it. So I've just picked up stitches along the back, and I'm now going to crochet a few rounds that are going to come down in the blue. And then of course at the same point I'm going to switch to the crystal, and then I'm going to come down and I'm going to cover it. That's clever. I think it'll also add a bit of weight because this was curling, but I think with this extra weight it'll help it look like a cape. So I will keep you posted. So there we go. You've seen the final bits of crochet. Let me just show off a couple of the bits that I've done this week then. So you've seen the cape with these lovely jewels. Cape has now been added, which gives a lovely little feature. I've sewn in all the ends so she no longer looks like a rag doll. And you can see the lovely detail on the dress where we've made these little icicles, which we then continue down here in the steel colour. The jacket, which we worked on at the beginning of the week, obviously we joined that together. We made a little point. You can't really see the detail in the video, but this is where we did the double crochets around here. And then we made the point by doing the half trebles, trebles, double treble. And that little point, I quite like it because it emphasises the middle of the doll where we've got the little point in the jacket, these little points either side that start the decoration on the dress. And then we've got this lovely little V-neck in the collar and a lovely little jewel there. A little brooch in the middle of her top. Collar's been finished. I do quite like it folded down, but of course we could go all villain on her, like a Disney villain, and fold the collar up. So a little styling option, I think. I'll have mine down. And then today's clue, we've done little shoes. So excuse me, lifting up her dress. There we go. We've done these lovely little shoes with this little treble cuff. And then of course, another little jewel just for a bit of decoration on her feet. So there we go. That is this week's progress. Still a few days to go up to Christmas Eve. She's obviously still bald, and I'm assuming that's not going to be the case. So we will see what the hair options are, and I'm not sure what else there is going to be to make, but I've still got that little mystery paper bag that I've not opened yet, so that's going to need to make an appearance at some point. So I'm going to leave this video there. If you are a new viewer and you've just stumbled upon me, thank you very much for giving me a try and for watching my video today. If you don't subscribe, please click give me a little thumbs up and click the subscribe button. I really do appreciate the support. If you are one of my returning viewers, thank you very much once again for coming back and watching my videos and for your support. The comments, I really do appreciate all of the support, the feedback and the discussions that we have. I haven't answered the comments on the last video yet. I've given them a little thumbs up, so you know I've read them, and I will hopefully get to those over the next day or so. So I'm going to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. The next video will hopefully, fingers crossed, be up on Christmas Eve, where we will do the final reveal of this year's Toft Advent Mystery Crochet Along. So for now, from me and from her, happy crafting.